This is Troy with Derby Dust. I'm here going to show you how to do the tuning part, or what's actually happening when you're tuning your car on a Pinewood Derby car on the treadmill. And I've had questions on how is the vehicle actually steering when you're turning these axles. Well, with the bend, as you're turning your vehicle, your car axle bends. You just don't see it. It happens underneath the vehicle. And you can't do that on a Pinewood Derby car, so it already has to be bent. And you got to set the bend that you want. So right now we have it at full straight. That means the bend is coming up towards you from the top of the vehicle. If I turn it a fourth of a turn, we're now in full steer. As you can see, the front of the wheel is in towards the car, the back of the wheel is out away from the car. So this car would be steering into the rail left. Okay, this is full steer. Okay. This, if we come backwards where the bend starts coming up, this is positive steer. And if we go to the bottom and the bend starts going down, that becomes towards negative steer. Negative being down, positive being up. So if I want you to have more of a positive steer, the bend's going to come up and steer into the car. Negative steer, the bend's going to go down, steering into the car.
Troy, what do you mean by positive steer? Where is the wheel going to ride when it's positive steer?
Positive steer, the wheel is going to pull to the nail head out away from the body. Negative steer is going to cause the nail head to go down and possibly push your car wheel into the body. But with it riding against the rail of the track, the track's rail will keep your wheel out against the nail head as you want. If you are having trouble keeping that extra wheel high off the ground, you want to go to a negative steer. That way it makes the car lift higher up off the ground. If you have plenty of room on that fourth wheel, go ahead and you can use a positive steer, which is the nail head coming up, making the wheel forcing the wheel to the nail head by itself without having to need the track. So right there, full steer, that's negative steer, and nail head up, positive steer. If there's any...
What do you recommend as far as degrees of angle for steering?
For steering, I recommend a 1.5 to 2 degree bend for steering. The greater your bend, the harder it is to make fine tuning. If you have a really strong bend, just a tiny bit of movement will make your car change a lot. So 1.5 bend gives you a wider range of adjustment to make it steer. And
how are you making that 1.5 to 2 degree bend? What tools are you using to make it?
To do the 1.5 degree bend, you can purchase from our website the 1.5 already bent axle, or you can also purchase an axle press rail rider tool, and that will allow you to do the bend in that exact 1.5 to 2.5 degrees. If there's any further questions, please address them to tech@derbydust, TECH @derbydust.com. Thank you.